when my father left school back in the 1930s, he started to learn his trade with Sonny Morton, and that was doing the cartwheels and making carts. And I always just remember him when he came when I was small, doing the wheels here and I can just remember him making a cart and doing the wheels and putting on the tires. And these are some of the timbers here just that lines out the wheel and all the tools that went with it for fitting the tire. And I remember the tire being heated in the fire and put on the wheel. There'd be 2 or 3 men at it. And after that, I don't remember him doing many carts, because after that it moved on, and there was he went on to doing building and roofing houses and making windows, all that sort of timber work. So from there on, the carts probably died out then, and there was no work at that. He went on to do the roofing and building, and he came over here I think in 1953 over here to this place where he got it from his cousin, and farming, and he done up the house and built the sheds here. And I suppose from there on he was always doing jobs around, taking on jobs, roofing houses, putting up hay sheds, all that. He done all that sort of work, and the farming. So these are some of the things here that he used for making the wheel, the sizes of the wheels. The irons for fitting the tire are when the fire was on. That's some of the tools that was used. That's still here, and that was the more of the wheel, but the tire, the as you see, the mortised all the timber and he made the spoke, and he had to mortise all the circle to fit them in and fit those on, and then each one of them on top, and the tire was put on. The blacksmith made the tire, or whatever made it to the size, then it was heated again in the fire, and when the wheel was ready and the tire was fitted on, and when it cooled in water, it was tight, very tight on it, then it stayed on it. So that's more or less the story. Made the full making the cart, then that was a bigger job. There was a lot of work to making the cart, the whole flooring and the axle then fitted in, and sideboards to make the full complete job. But after that, then that's all I remember about the car. I can remember about the carts, because after that I was only small at the time. After that, when it moved on, the cart stayed out, and it was all different work he done. After that, there was no more work on wheels and the cart. They were the tongs that was used for holding the tire, the iron, to put it around the wheel. They lifted it and held it with that when they were tipping them on. There'd be a couple of holes on them with the tongs, and these were the yokes that fitted them. You could see they fitted them round were able to pull the tire into place with that, or lift it out of the fire with that tire, with that tool. This was just a brace, an ordinary brace that was used. Probably bored the small holes, and the rest was probably done with the chisel and mallet. I'd say that was it. This was a tool that was used. It was only just for where you'd be making windows and all that. It was, I just forget the name what it is, but it was used for, it was just for marking whatever size you wanted to take off. That's the mallet. I'd say that's the mallet he always had. That was made himself, I'd say, too, just out of a lump of timber it wasn't. And the chisel that was used be used for mortise and all, was to put in the spokes and put the thing. These had to be, everything had to be mortised and put in, so that was all used for that. And they were the ring for the wheel that fitted round. That one doesn't fit that one now, but they were the rings. They were made by the blacksmith as well, just to the size and fitted round. Yeah, the anvil was like definitely for the blacksmith, but he had that anvil. I remember getting that. The anvil was used for any iron that was heated or anything. That was where all the hammering was done, or got it into everything put into shape. That had been hot. I remember.